What's up everyone? So I'm back at Vault 88. Now I know this will be my third upload of today. I wanted to get this specific video out of the way, I guess. Because it's a bit more of a ranty video if you don't gather already from the title. And it's just kind of just looking back over the Vault-Tec DLC, because it's been a really weird one. Now first and foremost, I'm just going to put something out here now. One of the reasons what prompted me to do this video was the fact is that I just hated building Vault 88 and haven't, and the crux of this, I'm not going to finish building the vault at all. I'm not going to decorate it. This is the last vault video I'm going to do. I maybe might come back later on if I get the urge to actually decorate it, but quite simply put, and this has been, it's been a weird DLC, right? I'd almost kind of like, it's one of the ones that really weirdly motivated people to start playing the game, and also from a YouTuber's perspective as well. My analytics have been significantly higher since the Vault-Tec DLC dropped. However, the consensus is people don't like it so much, and it's quite an odd DLC, as far as I'm concerned. Because I actually like the idea of it, and the pieces that it's added, especially in decorations, like, you know, these boxes here, just everything about it, and how it's put together I really like. But I find myself just tearing, like, I think the reason why I got so sick of this vault is because I tore it down and rebuilt it dozens of times before I actually decided on this shape. And one thing that kind of made me kind of go, fuck this with my decoration, was the fact that I've already, since my last vault video, I've already redecorated a couple of quite, like, sections of it. Like, I mean, I've done bits like this, you know, I've kind of tried to mix out and make the rooms look nice, but, like, I ripped out everything there again. This one looks pretty nice in there as well. I'll show you around, but, like, you know, that's about as much as I've got left. And one is, you know, the fact is that I just personally don't like decoration, but as I mentioned before when I did my lighting video, we're missing so many bits of this DLC. Like, now, a lot of people kind of, you know, say that, oh, you know, it's just a rip-off of a mod, that kind of thing. I don't think that's the case at all. You said most of you are smart enough to know that Bethesda have had this DLC planned way before modders even got their hands on it, on the Fallout 4 engine. However, it's probably the worst one, just in terms of how it was implemented. I actually like all of the DLCs, but this one is really good, and there's so much potential here for fun, but it's just missing the essential parts that make a vault a vault. And I think that's the problem with this, is the fact is that we're just missing bits to finish the vault. And I think that's why I keep rebuilding bits and just kind of tearing the whole thing down, is the fact that, you know, I'm missing, for example, I mentioned before, I'm missing all of the lighting options we have for, that, say, Vault 81 have, as a great example. You know, we're missing all of them. It's physically impossible without mods for us to make this look like Vault 81. The actual lighting, the ambient lighting, obviously, because they actually develop, you know, the Vault 81 is built within the game's engine, you know, by the developers. So they obviously do things like, you know, they'll put a light down, but they'll actually place down the light sources separately. So obviously they have a bit more control over the lighting beyond simply just, you know, having the giant spotlights. But also just the colour and tone of the vault is different to ours as well. Like, you see, mine's quite, I guess, natural coloured, whereas theirs has a kind of nice sterile blue tint to it. Just the whole thing, I like it, but I don't like it. You know, I had some fun kind of like challenges, like, for example, like structuring, you know, like my hydroponics room here, which I quite enjoyed. And I did, once I kind of, you know, finished the structure, like, I really enjoyed my atrium. But by the time I'd done that, and I also kind of quite enjoyed putting my doorways down as well, they were quite fun. But it's a weird one, because, and that's why I'm not going to be finishing the vault, because you guys may notice that some of my, I've dropped, like, normally I'm about 4 or 5 videos a week. A couple of weeks I've been 3 videos a week. And there've been, like, days where I've had, like, 2.5 days without an upload. The reason being, quite simply put, is one, I was quite sick. For the first way, serious, I was actually quite sick. Nothing serious, basically, I had, because I quit smoking 6 months ago, 6.5 months ago now. I actually had a massive nasal infection, which is making me thinking I was choking to death and dying, so I had to take some time off. But also, like, the vault has been stressing me out, because I wanted to show you guys something cool. I kept restarting it, and so I was never finishing it, because I was always stressing about the vault. I was never doing anything else. It's like, because I'm 29, I graduated university in, like, 2010. It was like having my dissertation due. Except I get to decide everything. It was stupid. So I've decided to just scrap the whole thing. I'm not going to scrap it, but I'm just not going to finish it in its current state. Maybe when mods come and I can actually have the full control to actually make it look like a vault, then I will. But quite simply put, I'm just not happy with the options available. It just doesn't look the way... Like, with a settlement, with any settlement, I can make it look like a Bethesda settlement. Like, an above-ground settlement, I can make it look like something they would make. This vault, okay, structurally, looks fine. But in terms of how it's lit, how it's decorated, I cannot... Like, even, like, shit like this. You know, I just... But mainly it's the lighting and the decoration. We're also, like, missing, like, you know, corner windows and shit like that. But I can't make it look like a vault. And because I can't make it look like a vault, I can't... God, this has been such a stressful... But it's really weird, right? Because let me just tell you about, like, from a YouTube perspective. I mentioned, like, you know, I'm getting a lot... Basically, I've got a lot more views on Vault videos than I have from normal building videos. However, I have a theory with this, and I think it's that you're all like me, because I haven't seen... Normally, I get people sending me shit tons of settlement videos, especially when a DLC drops, right? You're all going to be like, oh, Dave, I did this, and it's grand, and it's been a distinct absence, shall we say, on the Vault side, and I think it's because we're all just going to like, I don't know what to do, mate, I just want to see what someone else does, so it might look cool. I think that's why they're popular. Also, maybe just because it was quite it was bigger than Contraptions, and, well, in terms of it felt bigger than Contraptions, which is why, but, like, just my analytics are, like, way up. Even, like, obviously now that Nuka World's dropped, they're going to, you know, explode like they did with Far Harbor. But just generally, people, it's weird. It's like, I think this one, DLC, reignited, because it was quite a fun quest. It kind of reminded us a little bit of Automatron as well. But it's actually quite shit building. Yeah, just guys, I mean, like I said, these are the rooms I've done. You know, I've tried to kind of, I put effort in, but like, I decorated so much more and just kept pulling it out, and you know, I just couldn't, I just can't be asked to dedicate my very scant free time to make something which I know I'm not going to be happy with, when I could be, you know, I've still got 10 other settlements and Nuka World just dropped. So my overall kind of, I guess it's more of like a rant video, but shit, you've already had 2 videos today, so it's good, it's alright. That's why I sneakily snuck this video in at the end. I gave you loads of shit, and then you can't get too angry at me for not finishing what I promised to finish. But basically, yeah, it's like, I like what this DLC added, but I don't actually like Vault 88 itself, though I am going to still have fun with the DLC pieces, as you've seen in above ground settlements. A lot of people have mentioned, and this is something I'm not going to be doing, by the way. I might, but like, I'm just going to take a break from the Vault completely. But a couple people are saying that doing an underground shantytown, like little lamplight, I am thinking of doing that. But again, I'm just going to take a little break from just being in Vault 88, because it's just stressing me out something fucking chronic. And also, there's my Silver Shroud Batcave, which again, I was really giddy and excited to do, but just trying to make this vault look right kind of put me off it a little bit. But what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to take a break from Vault 88. We've got Nuka World, which is going to already, like, I've already played an hour so far, and I've already done, like, 2 videos on it. I think this one will be quite a big one. Also, with the changes, the raider side to it, and like you becoming a raider seems like quite an interesting function. I always play a good guy, so I'm hoping I have a kind of a good way to take advantage of that. If not, I'll just make a couple of raider settlements, some assholes that I don't like. But yes, guys, just the summary. I'm not going to be doing a Vault 88 build for quite a while. Don't expect it. Just because, yeah, maybe when mods drop for PS4, or maybe we'll never do it. It might never happen. But on the plus side, this means I'm less stressed. I just need to make a video just saying I wasn't going to forgive me. Please love me, because I love you. I love you all. Alright, anyway, I'm going to go back to... Maybe I can send some raiders here. Yeah, murder everyone. I'm going to go back and play a bit of Nuka World. And I'm also going to edit this video, actually, and upload videos. Anyway, as always, follow me on Twitter. Oh, fucking hell, Jesus, I think it's just 3 videos in one day. Screw it, it's only the big BFFs who've gotten to this part of the video anyway, it's fine. As always, follow me on Twitter at norespawns if you want to swear at me and generally say, where the fuck is my Vault build, David? You lied, unsub, you prick. Or maybe just send me nice messages. You can do both, I guess. And I'll have a new video for you guys soon. Probably in a day or two, just because I've uploaded 3 videos to give me a chance to kind of, you know, actually get some time and finish Nuke World. Anyway, take care all.